in Santaquin, Utah, back in 1853 to mid 1854, the Mormons and the Native American Utes, led by the chief Wakara, engaged in war surrounding disputes among the Mormons and Utes. Many people died in what is now known as the Walker War. Fast forward in the 1900s, early 1970, Leslie's Family Tree Restaurant was built, also known as a post office, but later rumored to have been a gambling den, a boxing arena, a fight club, where people would gather and see fights. There have been rumors also about a lady in blue drowning her 2 children due to being heartbroken by her husband leaving her for another woman, another family. This area has been known to be Native American sacred burial grounds, where the restaurant now was built over. The current owners of the restaurant operated for over 36 years until 2020. It now sits foreclosed with its doors locked, abandoned, only to be reopened for paranormal investigators. The family have said many apparitions have shown themselves to them. Many people have reports of scratches, being bitten, being smacked over the neck, over the head. Even others have reported being felt, passing by them, being grabbed, as well as people feeling a sense of sadness, a sense of dread, anger. This place has over 100 spirits, one has said. Greg and I have went to this family restaurant to investigate for ourselves. And this is our story of the haunting of Leslie's Family Tree Restaurant. Paranormal interviews contain serious and often distressing events, and is not intended for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
All right. We're recording now. So, we'll start it off. Last Saturday, Greg and I went to Leslie's Family Tree Restaurant in Santa Quinn, and unfortunately, you couldn't go. My wife, Lonnie.
Hello.
So, Greg, let's start it from the beginning. When I was driving over there, what did we see on the way over there?
Oh, we just saw a brush fire just on the side of the road, so it looked like uh, probably looked like someone's chain from a trailer kept sparking off, and so we saw fires. Oh wait, we also saw the dude running on the side of the road, but I just remember the fire more. But yeah, so
Yeah, there's this man.
yeah,
He was holding something. I don't know. He was just jogging in between the south
Uh-huh.
and the north 15.
yeah,
In between.
yeah.
He was just jogging, and then
yeah, on the left side, on the lleft side too. It wasn't on the right side. It was on the dirt median.
No, he was in the middle. He was in the middle.
Okay.
In the middle, and then towards the west, when we were driving up the north on our west side, we saw the brush fire. Like we said, I was thinking that's like a bad omen into what we're gonna go get ourselves into that night.
Well, it didn't help some of the conversations we had in the car, but we won't talk about it. But yeah, I mean, just mulling over on that.
All right, so we get there, we park.
Yep.
We see people outside setting up signs, and we see them with the sign that says Advanced Paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
So was there a lot of people there?
Oh yeah, there
was people parked on the side of the road. Yeah,
we were the first ones to walk.
They were there. Yeah. So Greg and I walk in. I take pictures of the outside.
Okay, I have to ask.
Yes.
When you first stepped foot into that building, how did it feel?
I mean, it just looked. I thought it looked like an old building. I mean, nothing like the oh no demons or anything else like that for me. I think,
Yeah.
but maybe that's yeah.
Well,
oh, you go first.
Well, for me, it felt like a creepy vibe because everything was being torn down.
Yeah.
Like, Greg, you've been there before. You ate there before.
Oh yeah.
And you've seen the inside of it before, so everything seemed like it was being renovated.
Oh yeah.
So it was being torn down, and it was being renovated to be upgraded to something newer.
Yeah, exactly.
So we just saw the skeletons and the bones. It was dim.
Mhm.
There was a few lights on, and for me, I didn't feel creepy. I just felt like, oh, this place seems kind of like odd, you know. But
exactly.
that's the vibe that I got.
Exactly. Yeah. For me, it's like, oh, it's an old building. I mean, I've been to places where horrible things happen, and it's like, oh wow, there's like a what's that word? A presence to it. But I think it's the history. And I think for me, I came with the mindset of like, I'm here to have fun, not a psychic medium, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we signed the waivers.
Yeah.
We signed in our names.
They had you sign waivers.
Yeah, we had to sign a waiver.
Well, it's more of the case of that if you fall down a flight of stairs, we're not responsible. Not any. I don't think the waivers covered what we ran into.
So we were there. They said we were there for our own thrill and our amusement, and with that, we have to take care of ourselves, not to get damaged on the owner's property because they're there to support that venue for their own experiences that they're providing for us. So that's why we signed the. Well, anyways, we signed the waiver, and then they let us like kind of walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
And do you remember the first area we went to, Greg?
We went down to the. With us, we went for just when we were just walking around just for our own fun. We walked by first into a back room, like where the bathrooms used to be.
Yeah, yeah. They were both out of order too.
Yeah, both out of order. There was a little storage area. I mean, it was kind of like I will say walking in, there was kind of that sense of just dark, but I mean, I wouldn't say anything.
Didn't they say that's what the lady in blue was mostly active at? Those two bathrooms right there?
Maybe. I think they told later on. I thought it was in the actual main bathrooms of the front building, but I mean, it was a wild night. So,
well, anyway, him and I walked into the west bathrooms. There's other bathrooms towards the east. Anyways, we go into the bathrooms to the west. This is the first one. The area where we're at. There's chairs. Right there. And we go to those bathrooms. I just get like this eerie feeling, and I was like, all right, let's just get back.
Exactly.
People are starting walking in. They start walking in, and they start telling us like in a few minutes, like we still had like 20 minutes left until they started.
Yep.
So like they said, like at 8:30, they're gonna start like doing There's this whole presentation that they have to show us before we start actual investigations. So when everyone got there, everyone signed the waivers. They said, hey, come here. We need to show you this video. And the video was like about safety.
Yep.
What not to do. How not to agitate the spirits.
Yep. And,
and if go ahead, Greg.
Or like to create false readings, that kind of stuff, or false evidence, that kind of stuff. Like, they would just went through a huge etiquette and safety, which was hosted by.
When they're sitting there telling you, when they're telling you not to agitate a spirit, that right there is creepy.
Well, they were saying this to me, and I was like, "What? Like, we're here to actually see spirits, but how are we gonna see them if we're not gonna agitate them?" But they're like, "Don't agitate them, or you're gonna get hurt."
I mean,
they said that the guy. Go
ahead. Oh no, I was just about to say the look on your face, though. I mean, I've sent the pictures to Frank, so like Lonnie, you can see them later. Did you pull them up?
Yeah. I was like, what am I getting myself into, and why the hell aren't you there, Lonnie? This is your idea, and I'm like thinking these people are telling me if we agitate the spirits, they can follow us home and they can torment me some more. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna fuck with these spirits. I'm not gonna agitate them. I'm just gonna be here. And Greg says this. He even told me this. Like, Frank, you were just, there was a whole nother side of you I've never seen before. And I told him, like, wow, I was being very cautious. But anyway,
See, I've seen this side of you. Yeah. I would have been laughing the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so sad. I wasn't.
So after the presentation, after all their talk, they split us into two groups, and there was this. What was that lady's name?
Raven. Raven with paranormal. Yeah, Supernatural Hour podcast. They also have 2 other branches.
Yeah, podcast.
Yeah. Which were very
nice.
Yeah. Oh no, they were great.
And we were paired up. Me and Greg.
Yeah.
We were paired up with Whiskey, the guy who was he's like their co-host.
Yeah, he's one of their co-hosts. Yeah.
All this. And they had full on gear. They had like the best equipment.
Yeah.
Put me and you in shame what we have.
We're amateurs.
We all are. But no, like Leilani, they had this device that would like interpret the what the spirits would say. So it would make this like sound, and then she'd read it out, and then we'd be all like, "What?"
I've seen those in videos, and I would love to get my hands on one of those. But Frank was telling me how much they were for.
Maybe once. $300. Yeah, maybe once we go into bigger ghost hunting stuff, maybe.
Maybe when I get my next bonus.
We're full-time parents. We're full-time. We have full-time jobs. We're not rich at all. Yeah. We're doing this just as a hobby.
Oh yeah.
You were saying. So, anyways, they paired us up. So 2 different groups. Me and Greg and
with
and it was this two older gentlemen with this other lady, and there's 2 younger girls who looked like they were like in their teens.
Okay. And then their mother too.
Who else was there? A mom and a son. The mother was probably like a little bit older than us. The son was like probably Frankie's age, or 17 to 18 maybe. Anyways, we go down to the basement. That's our first spot. They go somewhere else by the kitchen or
the eating area.
The eating bathrooms. So we. Do you remember what we did when we first went downstairs?
Well, they put up the cat balls, so like little toys, so like light up toys for cats. I remember that we went down the stairs, warned each other about the how there was a step missing. The lights were on. They had lights set up down there for safety's sake, and then they turned off the lights.
And the cameras. They had cameras. Yeah, they had cameras. Too. So they said that in the basement, if anyone's upstairs and they're talking, you can literally hear them, which was the case, right? Once we heard people talking, they were like, "Oh, there's people upstairs." So there was a huge group.
24.
Like around close to
24 plus people.
Like somewhere around 30.
Yeah, almost, with everyone included. I just want to... Oh, sorry, I don't know. This is chaos. I just want to add that the lady that was sitting right behind us, she refused to go down the basement because she said when she went on her tour before, like a couple of years ago, 6 years, something like that, she said an entity had rushed out and had terrified, had rushed at someone, Lucy the demon. That I didn't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Lucy the demon girl.
They gave her the name.
Lizzie or
Lucy.
Yeah, I remember Lucy.
Yeah. That's
Lucy, the demon queen. I think that was her name. She was very active downstairs. So there was this older lady. Like she was like probably close to my mom's age. She was saying that she doesn't want to go down there. She's not going to, so she stayed upstairs. And anyways, we went downstairs. It was chairs. It was dark, like pitch dark. And I had my flashlight, so I was kind of flashing my light, and so was Greg and everyone else. And there's like
the beams.
What do you call it? Those support pillars, those support beams holding all over the place.
And in the corner.
There was a camera on the east corner or the southeast corner, and I remember me and you went towards like the north side of the basement, and everyone else was gathering around, and Whiskey and his little partner,
the girl,
female girl.
Yeah, exactly. The girl with the colored hair, red hair.
They're professional. Yes, she had the spirit box with her. Whatever it would go off,
Mm-hmm.
and she would like read what it was saying. But anyways, we go down there and he starts setting up the EMF reader. He starts setting up a temperature gauge. He puts a motion detector.
That used to be a
light.
bathroom. That was
What
just
was
the
that room
urinal
right there on the
downstairs.
side?
But yeah, it would go off a couple times. Lucy.
He
The
said
Demon
that
Queen,
Lizzie or whatever her Lucy
yeah,
she was very active right there in that spot. So that's why they put that motion sensor right there.
Yeah, something like that.
So we were there for like almost an hour, and there he was just trying to what's his name? Whiskey was trying to talk to the entities all around us, and he was asked questions, and they would sometimes respond by speaking into that box that girl had, and she would reply back, but it would not make sense to what he was asking.
Yeah.
So he would ask a question, and then a few minutes later, they would actually respond to the question.
So we had.
So what was he asking, and what was the spirit saying?
Yeah. So
we have video.
I'm trying to remember. I mean,
go ahead.
It was a wild night. I will admit that. I mean, I got way more than I expected. But he did ask. The biggest thing I remember is that we ran into an entity named Jeffrey who was executed, but he wouldn't say for what crime, but he did say it was an accident. I do remember that.
He said it was violent too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, and then so there's that, and then there was the whole the cat balls would go off on their own, and I mean we would see demonstrations where like Whiskey would come up next to him and stomp his foot right next to it. They wouldn't go off. So
wow.
I think there was kids down there too. The kids from the lady in blue.
Exactly.
He would
ask,
there was. You set off this cat ball and it would go off like a few seconds later. I'm not talking about 30 seconds later, probably like 10 seconds later.
Yeah, and, 10 seconds.
He would after a while, for like 30 minutes, it was like those two gentlemen with the other lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two gentlemen with the lady, they had a bell with them and they had their own phone. They were discussing about apps on the cell phone that had like the what was it called?
The Necro Library or whatever. Basically, it do the same thing that the girl had, except it was just on a phone. So take it for what you will. Whiskey did mention that, how he's used a lot of phone apps, and most of them are garbage, but some of them are good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said beware. Some of them are good, but some of them are just complete trash and not even worth it. But anyways, that guy was using his cell phone. He pulls out this bell. He pulls out a bell. He had two of them. He pulls out a bell and he sets it on the chair by the staircase, and
turns it on.
He sets it down. Yeah, he turns it on. So then it starts going off, and we're like, "Whoa!" And I started taking a video of it. So I was like creeped out. Like, oh my god, this is actually happening. I'm actually witnessing an entity hitting a bell.
So for our listeners, I did kind of sneak peek on that scene because Frank did upload that video onto our Instagram page. So if you would like to see that video, make sure you find our Instagram page. It's what is it called, Frank? It's Paranormal
INT24.
Yes, look for our Instagram page. There will be more pictures posted. He didn't want to post too much because I didn't want to see anything until we had this interview. Yeah. So, but yeah, I saw the bell ringing, and that creeped me out just watching that.
Oh yeah. Well, Mm-hmm. Let me just add in real quick. I saw like a red orb, like looked like a laser pointer, kept going off, and I asked, saying like, "Hey, is anyone using a laser pointer?" No one was.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember you asking that, and I'm thinking to myself, Greg, you drank too much beer tonight.
I was sober.
I was very quiet during this whole entire time in the basement because
I was. You forgot
the whole time. You're thinking, "What the hell did Lonnie get me into?" God damn it,
Lonnie. No. Not even 10 minutes in, Frank. You tell her what you told me about your strap.
Oh, right. So Greg and I were next to each other. He's by my left side, right? I thought he was like touching my elbow, so I kept on like trying to get away from him, and he kept on kind of like following me, Greg. But then all of a sudden, the strap for my harness to hold my cell phone for me taking videos, I feel like someone tugging on it. So I turned to Greg, and I asked him like, "Are you tugging at me?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like,
"No, my hands are full."
I just walked where those other two young girls, the ones who were teenagers, where they were at, and I just like went over there, and the guy was like Whiskey was asking me, "Well, what happened?" I was like, nothing. What did I say, Greg?
You busted Ned, didn't you?
No, I did not.
No, he didn't. No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Right. Well, Greg, remember, so I thought you were tugging at the strap.
Yeah, no.
My harness. And when I asked you if that was you, and you said no, I literally just walked away from you, huh?
Yeah, exactly. No, you walked away. Oh, I was perfectly fine. I was going off into the dark corners while Frank was smarter. Frank was much smarter because he would stay to the main group. I'd go off and explore all around the corners. I'm like, is anyone there? Come out. Taking pictures.
There was a cluster of people, the two young teenage girls, that other girl, and the mom and the son. They're all clustered together. So when I felt that tug, I just like, you know what? I'm going to go with them because if this thing wants to mess with me, it's going to mess with them first. That's my mentality. I was like, all right. So I walk over there, and Greg is all like, kind of like, well, okay, well, I'm just going to stand over here by myself then. And, but this is before the bell.
The bell.
Was
Yeah.
ringing. Yeah, I honestly forgot about that. But
so do you think it was one of like the little spirits tugging on it? Like,
I have no idea what it was.
To be fair, later on, I also experienced some closed tugging, but I was in a different basement, so I think they just liked Frank more.
Yeah. So all right. So so let me see. We're at the bell.
Yeah, we're at the bell. It's ringing off. They moved it from the chair because the gentleman did say he had put a solenoid in it to like help the bell activate. Which having worked with sprinklers, solenoids can be kind of finicky. So we moved it to a place where there was no metal, just like some wooden shelves, and it still kept going off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just to prove it's nothing else setting it off. Yeah.
No, I mean, at least Whiskey had he had like this what do you call it?
Yeah, the radiology thing. It would read temperature.
It's meant to detect electric fields, and that solenoid that had inside the bell, if it was actually going off by someone, they should send a signal, meaning electrical field was being detected. It wasn't detecting any of it, so it was being going off by the entities.
Wow!
So he actually proved it right there. It's going off by these entities are in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish I had taken a picture of that, but I think it was just a lot. Just seeing the bell going off by itself, and it would just go like bing, bing, bing. Like it wasn't any pattern either. It'd be completely random.
Yeah. If you and I and Greg were there by ourselves, we'd be completely freaked out. But since there were like a cluster of people,
that kind of makes
closer to other people, that kind of made me feel more comfortable. So that's why I was really scared. After a while, I got kind of like, all right, we get it. You like the bell? Just leave it for now. That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
I wanted the spirit to manifest itself as like an actual person, where I can actually get it on video or pictures, but that didn't happen.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair, Frank, when the bell first rang, you're like, "Oh my god!" and you just like shot across the room.
I was like, "Oh shit, man, this is actually happening."
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, why isn't Lonnie here? Why isn't she here?
Mm-hmm. Right he kept complaining that.
I wanted to call off of work so bad.
He kept complaining about that.
Damn me being a responsible adult.
So, anyways, we're down there for like an hour.
Yeah, or something like
minutes,
that.
I would say.
Yeah, so like it was the last 10 minutes. They were like, "Well, let's go upstairs," and they took us to the back room. Frank and I had explored earlier, and they explained the girl, red hair. She explained that that she had seen an entity back there or a presence, and so we all crowd in there, like because we are Frank, did you see something in the second bathroom?
I don't. No, I didn't see anything in the second bathroom.
Okay.
You talking about the female bathroom?
Not the female just the bathroom, the one like so we saw the mysterious box that they all thought was Arabic or a language they couldn't understand. It was like, no, this is Yiddish. Like
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I just
Yeah, you
felt
looked
like.
yeah, because we both were looking into the second bathroom. You looked like you were a little wigged out.
Oh no!
Frank happened to be wigged out that whole day. He even showed up at my job earlier that day and was like, "I'm so scared. Why aren't you going?"
I wasn't saying I was scared. I was just scared to bring something home, like they say. So I was like, I don't want to go to this restaurant and bring like an evil entity to my house for it to haunt my family. That was my main concern. But anyways,
yeah.
When we went to the dining area where everyone was, when that restaurant was up and running, everyone used to eat in that area. We went to the back rooms and
there was another basement.
There was another basement and there's like so we go down there and Whiskey and his helper, the girl with the red hair, follows us down there, and we all start. He brings out these like they look like bullets. It's like a bullet casing, but it has like a battery in there with lights, blue lights and red lights.
Yeah.
And he would ask if you're here, turn this light on, and the light would come on. It will blink for a little bit,
Yeah.
And he would start telling us about the previous experiences in the upstairs, like when he was there a few weeks ago, that door that was unhinged fell
on him. Yeah, exactly. And they're like, don't go there. He also talked about he got a scratch before, and also one of the paranormal, the guys from that TV show, one of them got scratched too, right? So.
Oh yeah, one of the guys from the paranormal got scratched too. But anyways, we're down in that basement. I think it was like a supply room. What was that? Like
it was an office. It was an office for the family business, but apparently there was a lot of angry entities there. They said that the day before they helped someone pass over because there was a gentleman who wanted to pass over, but a woman wasn't letting him cross, and Whiskey kept referring to maybe it's the angry old lady that haunted the place.
So anyways, we're down there. He's asking questions, and that girl was in her spirit box. It would go off. It would just say, and she would read off what it was trying to interpret. And after a while, this lady, who was it? Was it the mom of that one kid?
Yeah, I think
so. She started crying out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Oh no, not just even weeping. It was like, no offense, sir. It was wailing. Like she shot up the stairs, and we could hear her crying from all the way upstairs.
Yeah,
which
she sounded like the La Llorona. She sounded like all like that. And Whiskey was like, we didn't.
From what Whiskey said,
they told us that.
Yeah. Apparently, she got like overwhelmed with like a huge feeling of sadness. And I'm like, well, I mean, this is a very intense experience.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Kind of like how Wayne gets. So do you think she has the same gift as Wayne? Like
No.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
if Wayne was over there, he'd probably be mad, yelling at the spirits. You know how Wayne is, But anyways, she was just overcome with a flurry of emotions. I think that's what happened. In my mind, when that was going on, I was thinking to myself, like, come on, really? You're just trying to sell it.
Yeah.
I was just thinking to myself, she's trying to sell it.
I mean,
and I'm saying this because something happened to me that I regret thinking that.
Yes.
So,
oh no, what happened?
Oh, all right. Well, we'll get to that.
We will get to
it. So, anyways, so me and Greg are still down there with the two young girls. Oh, and the two young girls, they brought like what was that?
It was sensory deprivation. Sensory deprivation device. So basically, they put a earmuff or a speaker and a blindfold, and they would completely cut out their sensory senses, and then they would try to open up to listening to the white noise, and whatever they hear, they would start talking. and they actually were
whatever they would say. The spirit box would say it before them.
Exactly.
So they couldn't hear what we were saying to them, but they would say it out loud.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, they were responding to some of the questions. So it got. I mean, in lieu of what happened, a lot of things kind of got forgotten.
Yeah. So, and then they were doing that. There was another girl there who was a guest, like us. She had like they gave her a thermal video, like it's connected to a cell phone, and then it's connected to a camera that can see heat signatures.
Oh wow!
And she was watching it, and then she gave it to me, and I started looking at stuff. I started looking around, and I looked at Gregory's cell phone. I was picking up a heat signature, through Greg's cell phone, and I was like, "What is that over there? It's picking it up on your on mine, but not on yours."
Yeah.
But not thinking about it, I think we're just picking up the something that was inside your cell phone.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, I mean, looking at the screen, I think what happened is that the phone camera was reading what the screen, was reading, because it was just a little square, like a target marker, target reticle. So I think it was just my phone just went through that where everyone else's couldn't. It gave us a good surprise.
And then they asked so many questions that I kind of forgot some of the questions, but some of the questions they did respond to. And,
I bet if we talk to the podcast group, they probably have a bunch of recordings, and we could probably re-listen to our glorious few hours.
Yeah, I even asked it. The entity, are you voting for Trump or are you voting for Kamala Harris?
We had a good laugh.
I just try to break the tension from everyone being so freaked out.
Exactly. Although we did have that one time where the recording device did catch a whisper, and they asked. You remember that, Frank, right?
No, yeah. They were like thinking that it was you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because it came right before I said. Yeah, because some dude had to run to the bathroom. We were teasing him, and I said, "Yeah, definitely a divine experience." But when we heard the device, something said, "Stay here."
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of quiet right now because I'm trying to take all this in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to picture
tiny little
everything
basement,
you guys were doing, but man, that's just.
I was very quiet. I didn't talk much. Greg was actually trying to engage me in conversation. I was just like, I wanted to talk to Greg, but I was like, I just don't want to take anything home with him. Anyways,
yeah, exactly. I was checking. It's like, you okay? I think I asked you almost 50 times. You okay? You good?
Yep. You did. Yep, you did.
I could see Frank panicking because
I wasn't panicking. You know what was going through my head when I was down in that particular basement? The one thing that was going through my head was the theme song of Ghostbusters.
Oh my god!
And I was just thinking about that. I don't know why. And then
lighten the mood.
And then after what happened to me, Greg? After what happened with that thing, I don't want to say yet. After that, I was thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, Get to that chopper. I was just trying to relieve myself from all that stress. But anyways, we'll get to that right now, Lonnie. I know she's all looking at me like, come on, hurry up. She's mad at me right now.
So, Lonnie, brace yourself. Brace yourself, because this is probably the craziest thing I have ever seen.
So we go upstairs. We go to the bathrooms upstairs. There's two bathrooms: the girls' bathroom and the guys' bathroom. You can tell which one is which because one of them has a pisser. So, anyways, we get to the guys' bathroom, and Whiskey starts saying, "This is like a hot
this
spot."
This is where the guy who got scratched from the ghost tail got. Yeah, he took off his shirt and got scratched. Yeah, showed he was scratched. Yeah. And also, Whiskey got scratched in
his arm. So. Me and Greg are in the stall where you go to take a dookie. Anyways, me and him are in there.
Yeah.
and Whiskey's right there by the door, and the girls are right there outside by the pisser in the mirror.
Outside.
And they started doing
and the device.
And the device started saying that stuff. Do you remember what happened? What question did they ask? Go ahead.
I think it was like, was someone here, something like that. It was so generic, I completely forgot. But the response is what always got us both, because because it said what was it? Step back.
Step back. And when I heard that, what did I do?
Yeah, and we both we both took a step back at the same time almost.
And then explain to me, tell my wife what you saw, what you heard me say.
I don't remember you saying, I remember you just like kind of flinched a little bit, and then you just shot out of that stall. Like you shot past everyone. I'm like, what the hell's wrong? Like I've never seen Frank run out like that. So I follow. I'm like, Frank, what's up? What's up? And then you're like, lift my shirt. And I'm like, okay, I lift your shirt. And there was a red line on his back.
You got scratched.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I got scratched.
Oh, no. It gets crazier, Frank. We run back to explain. And when I looked up, it should disappear.
Okay, so when Whiskey was asking the questions, and then the entity responded back, promptly step back. Me and Greg took a step back.
Yeah.
And the wall is not that far away from me. Like the wall, I'm like 2 feet away from the wall. I took a step back. All of a sudden, so remember when I told you I got stung by a wasp?
Yeah.
A few days ago at work?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I felt like something stung me, and I was like thinking to myself, "Oh fuck that!" I just fucking walked. I gave like an expression. I didn't say anything. I just walked past everyone. They're all like looking at me, like, "What's going on?" And Greg, I told Greg, "Hey, come here." And we were in the dining room where everyone else was at, where that lady was crying.
Yeah.
And I lifted up my shirt. I was like, "Hey man, do I have something on my back?" And he's like, "Yeah, you have a wheel." What'd you say? I had a wheel.
Yeah.
So.
A wheel, because it looked like someone like smacked him super hard.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I go back into the bathroom, and Whiskey's like, "Are you okay?" And everyone's like, "What happened?" And I was like, Greg and I kind of like stutter and pause, and we're like, "Well," and I just lift up my shirt and show everyone. They're like, "Oh my god!"
And they're all,
"You got scratched."
There was more marks,
and then all of a sudden there was more marks. Yeah. So I'm like, "What?" It's like more marks. So I thought it was just one mark. No, it was more marks. And he took pictures of it.
Yeah, like you're.
Okay.
Yeah. Show it to your wife.
Right,
yeah, she hasn't even seen these pictures.
I haven't seen it. The only thing I saw was the Bell video online. But I have not.
Exactly.
Oh my god! It looks like a triangle.
Yeah, that's what they all said.
Yeah.
I can see your butt crack too.
And
just kidding. Sorry, I'm your wife. I have to. But no. Oh my gosh, babe.
Yeah. No, so literally so they're freaking out. Oh, and here's the kicker. The machine started going off, like saying, apparently one of the girls told us the machine said, it says, well, maybe next time, and he's lifting he's holding his shirt. What was it?
I forgot, to be honest. I forgot what it said.
But it was being like directed at you?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh, it was directed. It was like it was watching us, because I was holding Frank's shirt, and as soon as it says he's holding his shirt, Frank spun around.
Yeah. I spun around like, oh my, these guys are fucking with me now. I was like, oh my god, I was so freaked out. Anyways, right after that, where everyone was already finishing up and gathering up in the main room, and Whiskey said, "Hey, come outside, come with me." And Greg follows us, me and him outside, and he starts spraying me with what was it called?
Sage.
Sage
and coriander or something like that.
Another thing is meant for demons.
Oh my gosh!
He's spraying me.
Well, that was really nice of him to do that.
Yeah,
it was.
They had all this already planned out. They had contingencies for this sort of stuff. So
oh my!
I'm like thinking to myself, like,
like I said, professionals.
And he had me hold like this. It looked like a miniaturized 8-ball, but it was like solid.
It was a black onyx or obsidian. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was smooth. Something to absorb the whatever evil you might have been touched by. And then another stone. I think that was just to help bring in. He never quite explained what the other stone was.
Oh my gosh!
I got scratched.
Yeah, more than once.
I felt only one though. That was a lot.
Well, remember when we watched the Queen Mary video, how that guy got scratched and all of a sudden more scratches were appearing? That's what happened to you.
Yeah.
You got scratched once, and then more started appearing.
Yeah. They before we left, they wanted the pictures, and Greg sent them the pictures. And
I sent them to Raven.
They were asking me. They kept on asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I just kept on saying, like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." You know, I just couldn't believe that shit happened to me. Like in my head, I was thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, I'll be back. I was like, let me stop it. You know, I was just on him because trying to like a Mexican guy. I was just trying to have myself up to like be not scared. I was terrified. I was fucking terrified, but I didn't want Greg.
Oh man, I was terrified right with you.
I was like,
well, when you got home, you held it down pretty well because you came home, laid down.
Well, okay, so
and then I got up and went to work. Like
before we got into the car, in our little presentation before we started everything, they said before you get into your car, whatever religion you are, whoever you believe in, whatever deity, pray, ask for whoever you believe in. And say that you don't want no evil spirits following you home. Greg did the prayer for before we got into the car. And when we got here and we got in front of our house, we did it again because I didn't want to bring anything inside.
Yeah. Wow.
But so far so good, you know.
So overall, that experience, would you say was it worth it?
Oh my God.
Oh, I'd definitely say it was worth it. I highly recommend it for anyone that like wants to have fun, like a experience. I'd say it was definitely, you see stuff, you experience stuff. There was a lot that happened that probably
we have to listen to everything, look at all the videos, but there was a lot more that happened. We probably just told you like I would say 50% of it, but the main
50%.
The main things that we remember is me being scratched. The lady crying. Not only that, remember those two, the two gentlemen, and with that other lady, they didn't go downstairs. When I went upstairs, one of them was crying. I just didn't pay attention to it because, I was like a grown man crying. I'm not going to ask him what's wrong with them, Do you remember seeing him crying?
No, I don't remember him. I remember because you just shot straight out. I was like, oh, crap, better grab Frank. He's my ride home.
I saw him crying. I was like, what the fuck are you crying about? I just got scratched.
Oh, my God.
But in the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
But, like, it's weird because you got tugged on, so I'm wondering if something was just following you the whole time.
One of the responses we got a lot was what were they saying? War or battlefield?
Yeah, war. Yeah, war. It kept saying war. I'm like, which war? Which war?
I honestly thought they were talking about the Native American.
Yeah, the Native American War.
But then they kept on saying over and over, and I think it was being directed to me because I was in war. I was in Iraq.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to like follow me around.
Like,
exactly. Well, I mean,
like they're threatened by you maybe because of your past.
The girl, Whiskey's assistant, she said they probably were messing with you because you can take it. I kind of thought about it like that sounded kind of gay, but running
out of there is taking it well.
I mean, he didn't scream. He didn't bust a Ned. He did not bust a Ned. In fact, the way he didn't even really shout. He was it's more like this kind of conversation. I mean, so credits for Frank. I mean, he didn't as Raven said, like he didn't run out of the building screaming. So that's he goes for that.
Wow.
No, I just felt that they said it feels like a sharp, warm knife going around your back or something like cutting you.
Yeah.
For me, it felt like that wasp that stung me a few days ago on my job.
Mm-hmm.
So when I felt that, I was like, oh, fuck that. I felt that pain. And I was like,
and you didn't have any of those markings on you because you asked me like, hey, babe, did the wasp stinger, is it still in me? And I looked at your back and you were fine.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like he really thought he had the stinger still in him.
Oh, that day, yeah. Well, anyways, when I felt that again over there, I had to get out of that stall. I'm never going inside that bathroom ever again. Ever again.
Would you go into that building ever again?
I will go in with you. Because you never experienced anything like that. But if you tell me to go inside that bathroom again, no, I will not.
Yeah.
You want to follow me in?
Huh?
You wouldn't follow me in? You say, "Oh, see you later."
Don't worry, Frank.
I don't know, man.
No, but
I didn't want them to look at me like I was crazy because when that lady was crying, I just looked at her like, God, come on, really?
And then now look at you.
Look at me, what happened? I was like, okay, whatever she felt, I genuinely believe she felt that way because of what happened to me.
Maybe that's why they targeted you. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll show you.
that's what I'm yeah.
I just thought they...
Well,
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, I think that's basically what happened is because, like, it was right at the end of the tour, and, we were both tired. And I think it was just our guards are, like, mine felt like they were still high enough up, but I think yours, just because the disbelief, I think, gave them just enough of a window to mess with you.
No, yeah, I believe it.
Well, that's what I told him too when we were in the cemetery. I said, if you show them fear, they're going to get a kick out of it, and they're going to want to mess with you.
Yeah.
They're attracted to that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was showing all sorts of fear that day in the cemetery, but they didn't mess with me, so I was like, thinking, maybe they should.
Well, the entities probably aren't as strong where we were.
Maybe.
Compared to the place you went, Yeah,
well, the bathroom was probably as long as your own house's bathroom, and maybe just as wide, so very tight quarters for all of us.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
So no, exactly.
Advanced Paranormal, they know what they're doing. They have the equipment.
Oh yeah.
The experience.
Are they from out here in Utah?
I don't know. Yeah, they were.
I think they are. Whiskey lived in Orem. I know that much. So at least I think a lot of them do live around here. But but in good news, Raven, so after I sent the pictures to Raven, she did say she would, let me just pull up the text so I don't misquote her, but she's basically she praised us for the photos, but she did say it was awesome we were able to get pictures of it, not that you got scratched. Right.
Oh, right.
And exactly. And she did say if we need guests on our podcast, just give her a holler, and they'd also love us to have them on theirs as well. But so they're all the way planned out through November, but hopefully this winter we can talk to them all and hopefully see them again.
Yeah, or if they know of any other ghost adventures coming up, that'd be great to tag along.
They know a ton. Exactly. They know a ton. They know about Fairfield, the one that we're going to next.
Oh, okay.
They know about that place. They said that it has its days and it doesn't have its days. They say it's like
hit and
flipping
miss.
a coin, hit and miss.
Yeah.
So
No, I've actually been to that Stagecoach Inn by myself, and I will say it I will just put it in. It's definitely unique. You can feel the age, and sometimes you do feel like someone's watching you.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're at what, 45 minutes now, so let's wrap this up. So that was an experience for me and you, Greg. I mean, wow. Wow.
Yeah. The whole I wish you were there, Leilani.
Well, and especially for listeners, if you're skeptic, try venturing out, because a lot of times people don't like to experience this stuff, but
my friend Luis and his little brother Stevie, they keep telling me, that shit's not real, right? That's not real. Mm-hmm. It's all showman. It's all showman. And I was like, you know what? Maybe not. But now after what I went through, I'm like,
especially
I want to tell them, this shit is real.
Given nobody was behind you to scratch you, you're.
Oh no. Greg you were to my right or my left?
I was to your right. I was to your right. I was to your right.
You were closer to the toilet. I was right.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, okay. So,
exactly. And I couldn't even. Yeah, and the way I was standing, I had taken like a Slavic squat, just like on the ball of my feet because I got so tired. So I couldn't even reach up and do that, even if I wanted to. So.
They had chairs. They had chairs for people to sit in, but me and Greg were sitting. We were just standing because I was so scared to sit down.
Yeah.
But anyways, when it happened, I just bolted out. But anyways, past that, after I talked to Whiskey, he said that he's willing to do a podcast with us for us to interview him and his experiences. And it's good to know that Raven wants to do one too. Maybe we can do two separate ones with her and him.
Exactly.
I'm excited, like to meet people that are also into this. Like.
Well, these guys are not only into it; they know there's people that try to fake it.
Yeah.
And they're willing to, hey, this is fake. Hey, this is real.
Yeah.
And Leslie's Family Food Restaurant, definitely real. Definitely.
Yes.
Oh,
Definitely.
God, this is like weight off my shoulders to find me to say this to you, like what happened to me, because when I came home, you were sleeping, and I tried to look at you and oh my God, look at my face, but you were so tired. And when you left, I was actually scared to stay in my own goddamn room. I was like, oh my God.
Because you got home around 1?
12 something.
12 something.
Yeah.
12, yeah.
I got up to work at 1:30.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't want nothing scratching my back ever again like that. I'm like, oh man, that was, yeah. All right. Well, all right, Greg, thank you for joining us again. Thank you for going with me. Hopefully we have more like this in the future. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. Just let me know. Yeah. Let me know if you're doing any other ones. I'll hop along.
Nice. Yes.
All three of us need to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus, that was an experience. But all right, I want to give a shout out to Advanced Paranormal and their podcast, which is Paranormal Hour. Listen to them if you guys can.
Look for our Instagram.
Supernatural Hour.
Supernatural Hour.
Not Yep.
Sorry. But anyways,
exactly.
Hopefully we can get them in our podcast where we can give them an interview and we can ask them questions. Because to be honest, we have a ton of questions we can ask them, like their equipment, stuff they've been through, how they set up that the safety protocols that they had for people, because they do this for a living. They actually invite people to come with them to experience this, and that was unique to me. I never knew that was like a thing.
Yeah, I would love to get into that. Yeah. We're only 2 weeks in on this. You know that, right?
Are we?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And look how much we've already accomplished.
These 2 weeks have been slow for me. And Saturday was nothing but a scratch away from me quitting this.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you so much to all of our listeners. Like I said, look for us on Instagram, Paranormal INT 24. Follow us. We will post more pictures and videos, and stay tuned to the next episodes.
And please, if you listen to our podcast, leave a rating and a comment. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Tell me how bad I am at narrating stories or asking questions. Just give us comments. Give us something. Constructive criticism.
Overall, we just appreciate any support, honestly.
And a shout out to Josh Hensley. He's the reason why we started a podcast. He inspired us to do this. Listen to his own podcast. It's called Let's Ruin Our Lives. It's on YouTube mainly. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify as well.
Oh, we actually just we were on his show too. So
yeah, me and Lonnie were on this show and we're talking about our podcast. So you'll see us there. You'll see my ugly face and my beautiful wife right there right next to me. Anyways, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.